Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Luke Teal.
And I'm Luke Morazzo.
As homecoming season is approaching and construction across campus continues, RHS has lost access to the original parade route. We go to Lisa Diaz with the full story.
Recently, construction has caused Campos Street to close down. This has caused the homecoming parade route to change.
It was actually pretty difficult making the route because it was completely new this year with Campos Street cut off. And we had to talk to a school officer and cut off roads from the railroad. So that was a lot more work than we thought it was going to be, and we had to cut off Berry Street.
The start of the parade is the same, but instead of going down Campos Street, they turn left towards the front of the campus and continue along Berry Street and end towards the bus drop-off.
I'd say the most difficult thing is probably the students, because it's going to be a different area for them to be this time. So we're going to have trouble moving them all to the front of the school and getting them there. There's supposed to be Chick-fil-A there. They're supposed to bring out a bunch of gift cards and hand it out to the students.
Thanks, Lisa.
And now we go to Kylie Shearson with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kylie Shearson. As mentioned previously, there will be no Friday night lights tonight as football has their bye this week. However, it can be expected that multiple injured players will step back onto the field and make their return for the homecoming game against Deer Valley. Starting on the court, girls volleyball hosted River Valley on Tuesday, claiming a 3-0 win, resulting in a complete sweep for the entire program. Last night, they continued to dominate as they headed to Del Campo with another 3-0 varsity win and sweep for all three teams. Since the beginning of the school year, the AC and Moeller gym has been out, causing many difficulties for the athletic departments. Senior volleyball player Alyssa McGinnis is one of the many athletes affected by the heat as the team hosts their matches in Moeller. Players, officials, and fans have been forced to develop their own solutions to the heat as temperatures have reached as high as 101 degrees this week.
I would say sometimes we play with more like intensity outside of our gym, but it's also kind of like our home area. We practice in the Aux gym, so it's like it's a different vibe like coming in here than versus practicing in there. Sometimes it's just really draining and slows our players down. One of our parents on our team, Alice's dad, brought us fans like for each of the team and the coaches, and I think even our athletic trainer, so for us to stay cool during like timeouts and breaks.
Moving over to tennis, the team also took on River Valley on Tuesday, resulting in a 5-4 loss with 4 matches going into a tiebreaker. However, the girls bounced back with 2 9-0 wins over Yuba City and Del Campo. As for the pool, both water polo teams headed to River City on Tuesday. The girls lost 9-5 with current leaderboard standings from senior Allie Lowen with 32 goals, senior Mayhana Ward with 15 assists, and junior Delaney Jenkins with 93 saves. The boys won 15-10 with performances from senior Ashton Chang, senior Hudson Bales, and senior Matthias Howard, who is now back with the team from his previous season suspension. We go to Spencer Davis with more.
Last year, the boys water polo team went 18-11 and made a deep playoff run. However, with graduating seniors, worries arose about this season and whether the Tigers could maintain their success. However, not every missing member of the team graduated. Senior Matthias Howard has been a key player on the team the past 4 years, but has sat on the Tigers bench for other reasons than simply poor performance.
Matthias is a pretty noticeably large dude, and that's pretty good for water polo. We usually put him in the set, so he's right in the middle of all of like I would say fighting, but we're not allowed to fight.
But in the Tigers' playoff game against El Camino last season, Howard did end up fighting.
There was a senior, he wasn't very good, but he got really mad towards the end because we were beating him.
He was getting pretty heated. It's a pretty heated game, it's pretty physical. And Matthias, being the big dude, as I aforementioned, was playing some good defense on this individual. And he, being a senior, was not having it and turned around and started wailing on Matthias. So Matthias, in return, essentially like socked him and did it pretty well.
I punched him back like one time, and then I got 5-game suspension. He got none because they lost and his season was over.
Howard was dealt a 5-game suspension, but with their season coming to a close shortly after, the suspension carried over to this season, with Howard having to sit out the start of the season. In that time, his teammates have noticed his absence within the team.
With his absence, we were really struggling with points, and when he came back in, he really just made it easier for us to win, him being so great and all.
Howard's return was topped off by winning player of the match in the Tigers game against River City, putting up 3 goals and 2 assists. Now with Howard back on their roster, the Tigers have high hopes for the season.
Yeah, our season's going great. We're winning like almost every game. We should be able to win league, hopefully win sections, and yeah.
Thanks, Spencer. Today the team is at Vintage High School for a day tournament. That's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. I have the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kylie. iOS 26 was released to the public on Monday, featuring Apple's Liquid Glass update and a complete overhaul of the interface. Most apps now feature the floating search bar at the bottom of the screen, as well as the semi-transparent UI. App icons have been changed, most notably the camera, the clock, and the settings app. I like that the Photos app has been changed back to having 2 separate tabs for your camera roll and your albums. Messages also have received a complete overhaul, including features like text bubbles and group chats, and being able to change the background of text messages, which my friends have definitely gotten their money's worth from. The Apple CarPlay interface has been updated to reflect these changes, including the text function now displaying pinned messages first and then most recent. Widgets are also now available on CarPlay, so you can gamble and drive at the same time, while the car is parked, obviously. In TV news, The Summer I Turned Pretty wrapped up its 3-season run last night. I haven't been keeping up with the show, and I've only skimmed the spoilers, but the people I know that have been keeping up with The Summer I Turned Pretty have said that this ending felt bittersweet. There may be a spin-off hinted by author Jenny Han in a post-credits message, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the end for Jeremiah and Conrad. That's all from me. I'm Alyssa Davis, and now we go back to news.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Recently, Roseville girls Frosh and JV volleyball have assembled a club to improve on skills and bring the team closer together. We go to Genesee Adona with the full story.
Girls volleyball coaches Willie Hernandez and Jan Walter have recently started a new volleyball club and are excited to gain more players and attraction for this first season coming up this winter.
Ohana Storm was basically built off our feeling of bringing community, family to volleyball, right? Here at Roseville High School, we've had that camaraderie with the players as sisters, and we built Ohana out of Roseville High the last couple of years, and we decided because of all that we would go ahead and just generate and create our own club out of it and bring over Roseville players and other players from the community to play for Ohana Storm.
Players that are playing for JV and Frosh teams are also returning to be on the club team and are excited for new players as well as new opportunities.
It feels good to have my old coach again because I feel like I've gotten so comfortable with her and I'm just able to talk to her about anything, and then I can I know that she believes in me. Still the same clubs, and I think that it's going to be the same or maybe even better, and then we're going to have new players upcoming, so it's just going to improve even more.
Ohana Storm's main goal isn't just to build a team in the competition, but it's also to build a family and sisterhood with the girls.
Essentially, we wanted to get away from the model of volleyball club is just a way to make money. It's not. It's about development and falling in love with the game. The team culture that I want to bring, or that we bring as a coaching staff, is the mentality that you play for each other. It's a sisterhood. And even though you don't always get along with your sister, you might not be best friends with your sister, you have her back on and off the court.
Returning players are excited to reunite with their former coach and teammates, allowing them to skip the icebreakers and get right back into the game.
It feels good to have our old coaches because we'll have the same team chemistry and there's no new coaches and there's no getting to know you stuff, we know each other already. I think the new club will be good, but it'll be a little bit rocky because it's a new club, but eventually I think it'll work out.
Thanks, Genesee.
And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on eyethetigernews.com.
See you next time.